So in the lead up for this Duke-Michigan game this last Saturday, Duke was the #1 most watched men's basketball team out there, which isn't a surprise because either you love them or you hate them. Luckily for them, I love them. And then somebody did like a most combined appearances at #1 in the AP poll, and Duke was second there at 147, and that's just combined both football and basketball. And I was even surprised USC was on there at 91, kind of there in the top 10. But this guy put out there that Duke football, sadly, has not been #1 ever, which was kind of surprising. Because when I look back in the 20s, they were up there pretty high, but the Duke basketball has all of those 147, which is pretty crazy. And even leading up to this game, the price to get into it was $328, and the lowest price for like the NBA game of the team that plays there was only $10. So that just shows you how good Duke is, I guess. But there was a 5-star small forward in the class of 2028. He's a #9 overall prospect. He attended that game, so hopefully he liked what he saw. And right before the game, they released like projections of where these teams are going to end up, and Duke was #1 in the East region, so that's not too bad. And now this is 11th. So Duke did end up beating #1 Michigan 68-63. Cam Boozer had 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists, so a near triple-double. It's 11th time versus the AP #1 for Duke. And then, leading up to this, Duke was pretty much always the underdog versus Michigan, and yet they still have constantly won the last 5, and now the last 6, which is always great, which now bumps them up officially to the AP poll #1. And even looking at the bracketology, I think they're still the #1 team. I don't know if they're the #1 overall team. They're probably the second #1 seed, so that's still not too bad. You're at least in your own region still in the East. And then the Naismith Player of the Week went to Cameron Boozer out there. I think he still got the ACC Rookie of the Week as well. And then finalist for the Naismith Men's Coach of the Year, John Scheyer, was officially put up there like the final 15, which is nice. And when it comes to the first place votes for the AP poll that week, Duke had 56 of them, which is always great to see. And then this last Tuesday, they defeated Notre Dame on the road, just stayed out there on the road and got that victory 100-56. And after that, they earned like a double bye in the tournament coming up for the ACC, so they have some more time to rest. But it was just crazy how this is the second time John Scheyer has defeated an ACC team around that score, and I think Coach K has only done it once in his career, which is really insane. And Cameron Boozer stepped up with 24, 13, and 2, and I believe he's at least logged in 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in all 28 games this season, which is the longest such streak by any player in career this century, which is really crazy stat right there. But overall, big time victory, couple of victories on the road. Yes, it was a neutral site game for the Michigan and Duke, but they still got that. Even like when it comes to the viewership, that was like one of the highest viewed games in ESPN's history, especially because they had another big time game leading up into it. But a lot more people still watched that Duke game, so very happy that they still got the victory on the road.